How's it going, YouTube? It's your boy Ron. Welcome back to another episode. Let's play Pikmin 2. In our last episode, after an unfortunate series of events, it led us back to, of course, the Valley of Repose, and now we are at the Frontier Cavern, the last dungeon or cave in the Valley of Repose. Today's episode, we are going to try to go ahead and finish up. We still have about 5 more sub-levels to go. I'm going to try my best to... Okay, I'm kind of scared because the electric is right there. I'm just going to play it safe and just knock this one. I'm going to let the yellow Pikmin also want to... No! Okay. I'm also scared because I don't want to just lose Pikmin to an unfortunate accident like that. So that's why I want to just be careful. Since electrocution is instant kill, I'd rather play it safe than sorry. I already know the swooping Stitchug is going to try to grab my Pikmin. Yeah, I knew it. Get over here, get over here. I'll let them take that back. Well, yeah. Alright. Took care of the swooping snitch bug, and then there's that guy. Let me go ahead and take care of these guys. Oh, okay, so the layout of this dungeon isn't that bad. It's pretty manageable. I want to take care of those Anoid beetles, but swooping snitch bug has to be in the way. No, get away from my captains. I said get away from my cat. No, he took Louie. I was like, can I reach it or no? Like, what the hell is wrong with this game? Alright, that should take care of that. Alright, no. Oh, okay. Okay, good. The Anoid beetles aren't too far apart, but I think the game considers them a bit too far away. Okay, I'll just... one thing I probably didn't mention is if the swooping stitch bug does happen to implant your Pikmin down back on the ground, it does revert them back to leaves, so it doesn't put them in the state they were in, it just takes them back to the leaf state. Everything should be okay here. I think I've taken care of a lot of the hazards. I just got to get rid of those last 2 enemies. Of course, my purple Pikmin is just chilling there. Hearing that Olimar's about to faint sound is just gonna mess with me for a while. Alright, I'm gonna let those few take care of that. I'll let them take care of that. I'll let them take care of this, and then I'll try to grab the last 2. Oh, if it's just one Anoid beetle and one of those stitch bugs, then I should be okay. At least I should be okay. I think that's all that's left, honestly, so I'll go ahead and get rid of them, since that should really be everything in this cave. I'm gonna ignore the Anoid beetle, it's not that big of a deal. You are a big deal, though. Not that you can really hurt my Pikmin directly, but you're still annoying to take care of. Go ahead and take care of this. Still gotta take back some spoils, though, like that treasure. Which, again, is gonna be another, like, treasure Christmas tree ornament. Pretty much at the top of the star, 100 Pokos. The Innocence Lost. I don't really get the connection on that, but I mean, if they want to call it that, that's fine. Like I said, I don't really understand the connection between that. I'm gonna go ahead and try to grab some more of these. I don't think there's anything else for me to do. It should just be these 2. I was wrong before, but I don't think I should be wrong this time. I could get purple Pikmin. I might have to do that just because it would be nice to grab some more. We'll just go ahead and grab that. I'll think about it. I do want to make sure I have enough blues and reds, though. I might just sacrifice some reds just because I don't need that many. Omniscient Sphere, 85 Pokos. Alright, that should be it. As long as I have 5 reds, that should be fine. Make sure I'm throwing the correct ones. Yeah, that's about 5 reds. Alright, and just hearing Olimar about a faint sound just... Alright, come on. I don't want to waste too much time. Let's go. Pick the pick. Oh my god. Pick the Pikmin, please. Oh, that was a sad alliteration, I know. Well, I don't need to bring that purple, but let's just go. I don't think there's any eggs. There should be if there is going to be a candy pop bud, but I don't think there's going to be. And honestly, since everything's already taken care of, there should be no more enemies. Yeah, that's fine. If I'm missing something else, that's fine. I already got everything I needed to do here. Let's just get out of here. I want to progress further because I don't want to waste too much time here. Because once we hit the 5th one, we should have 4 more floors left, and that is also including the block. Okay, the boss floor. Which, just to give a small spoiler, is going to be a familiar foe, but with a new tactic if you are not familiar with the Frontier Cavern. This one, all right, this one is sort of like a rest stop, but it's not really a rest stop. What I want to do is take advantage of these things. I don't want to throw my Pikmin into the blue. I think it's the, what is it? I forget what the blue one is. It's like has something related with water. I'm gonna have to look up these names. I just can't remember these names, guys. I'm sorry. And they're going away, so they're not coming back. But we did get at least an ultra spicy spray, so I'll go ahead and take advantage of that. And honestly, this floor doesn't have too much for us, so I'm not too concerned about wasting too much time here. But I'd rather have some ultra spicy sprays just in case. I don't think I'm going to be needing any blue Pikmin. We will need blue Pikmin for the next sub-level, I believe, but for right now, I'm not going to worry too much about it, because we're introduced to 2 new enemies, and one is actually familiar to us from the previous game. We see the ones that we're actually attacking now, these are part of the Dweeble family, and they're caustic Dweebles. In their name, caustic, they are water bound. Okay, no, you don't know. Alright, we're going to be introduced to a treasure. I like how they're carrying it. Yeah. Processing. How strange. This atypical metal object came from inside that bizarre being. It appears to be a giant metal hand. Perhaps it is an ancient work of art. Alright, we'll go ahead and any of the Pikmin that are still there, I'll let them take care of that. I already showed you the caustic Dweeble. Please don't hurt my Pikmin. Please don't hurt my Pikmin. I mean, not hurt. Please don't hurt my captains. I already am struggling enough as it is. Alright. While I go ahead and explain a little bit more about the caustic Dweeble, they're the water variant, so of course they spit out water if they're irritated too much, but pretty easy to take out. These enemies are familiar to us. These are Mamutas. They are coming back from the original Pikmin when we saw them back at the impact site. All they do is just clamp your Pikmin to the ground and putting them back in their sprouted state. They don't cause any direct harm and are pretty harmless, so you can just try to take them out. The only annoying thing about them is if they happen to get your Pikmin underground, it just takes a long time to pick them back up. But other than that, they are still pretty harmless. I believe there's only 1 or 2 treasures here. I'm gonna have to remember. I really can't remember off the top of my head. But we do get 1 significant treasure, and that is gonna be a boss item. Well, a boss item. And as you can see from the fan here, the Brute Knuckles. That is our next key item, worth 100 Pokos. This object seems to replicate a humanoid fist, a glove much like it once lay in my junk hole. And here it is. And here is that very glove. I just have found the missing rocket punch in my junk hole. Tap A 3 times to launch it. 1, 2, punch. So yeah, the Brute Knuckles makes it to where Olimar and Louie, they are going to be slightly stronger in attacking. So if they don't have any Pikmin in their possession, they can do a 1, 2, 3 punch, and it gives their attacks a bit more power to work with. Let me see how many purples do I have. I have 55. If I get 5 more, I'll have 60. Alright, I'm just going to sacrifice more reds. I don't want to, but I need as many purples as I can. I think after that, I should be careful about wasting more reds because I still need some for this. There are still some fire elements to be wary of, but I do need purples. Not necessarily for the boss battle, but just because it will still be in handy, and I'll explain more of that later. But we did get everything here, and we have taken care of everything that needs to be done here. I'm just going to go ahead and take advantage of the egg so we can get flower Pikmin. Head. The Brute Knuckles honestly don't come in too useful all the time, but they are still something to take advantage of. Anytime you're like by yourself or need to like actually hit enemies without Pikmin, it's very niche, but it's still a good thing to have regardless. So let's go ahead and head on Virtuer. Or we still got 3 more to go. Time is still decent on us, so I don't think I should be too worried. I should be okay. Yes, 6, I know. Then we have 7 and 8. Do the last 2. And, yep, water. But why do they always spawn near me? This game is garbage. But we get to learn about something. Yay, ain't this game great? Intriguing. The creature showed symptoms of poisoning after consuming the white Pikmin. Perhaps white Pikmin excrete a poisonous substance when chewed. How fascinating. Okay, I'm gonna be right back because of course the ship messed me up and this Bulbmin spawned in a very, very stupid spot. I'll explain a lot more about that when I come back in just a moment. Alright guys, I am back, and even though I just spawned in, isn't it great that the game spawns me right next to... Oh, freak. Alright, come on, take care of it. Okay, I got a little nervous, but really? It's about to kill Olimar! This game is garbage! Okay, the game spawned me right next to an armored cannon beetle, but at least the Bowman didn't spawn right next to us, but I get the feeling it's coming up pretty soon. In fact, I'm gonna let Olimar chill out, because Louis can still take some more hits. I'm gonna go ahead and let the armored cannon beetle that's up there take advantage of killing these enemies, because I don't want to risk losing them. Come on, come on, come on. Now! Oh my god. What takes so long? Like, I don't get why it takes this long. Over here, over here. Alright, so I'll where's the Bowman? Okay, it's all the way over there. Alright, so I'll let these two armored cannon beetles at least try to shoot me. Yeah, alright, so at least the water dumble... Okay, so the Bowman is just gonna chill over there. At least Olimar should be okay. The annoying thing is, since the water's really separating me, I can't really do much in this situation. Really, I was trying to move out the way. Oh my god. This is like the only instance where I'm actually very close to losing a lot of Pikmin right now. I mean, not a lot of Pikmin, I'm actually about to lose a captain. Because of how poor... Alright, at least I took care of that. The Bowman is all the way up there. I kind of want it to follow me, but it's going to be a little bit difficult getting it to. I don't think the water dumble is going to follow me. Yeah, it's just going to go back. Alright, at least the Bowman should follow me, though. I'm going to try to get the rock to... Nah, the water is too slippery. You're shooting there? Are you kidding me? Come on. Alright. Okay, so that water dumble... I'm gonna have to get my blue pick. Okay, so I gotta be a little bit more precautious in how I play this, because the way the cave layout doesn't really work in my favor too much, I'll be honest. I just gotta be a little bit precautious in how I play this. I may need to use my ultra bitter spray and be a bit more safe in how I approach this, because the way it's laid out is I can't really bring a lot of my Pikmin over because of the water. And I'm gonna have to do like a lot of weird maneuvering to get around all that, but I'm gonna take care of that guy first. Okay, now I gotta get rid of you. I'm sorry. Okay, that's out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and try to take care of the water dumple, and I'll just use this ultra bitter spray. I really don't care. I have a lot of them. I don't really need to use it, but I kind of want to just make sure I'm not losing Pikmin. I don't mind dropping some here. That's fine. They only need 10. Alright, it's fine. And then I think this one needs 10 as well. Alright. I gotta make sure I time it right so that way the fire doesn't hurt my Pikmin. Alright, get rid of the fire. Now, okay. So I'm gonna let them take care of this. And then I'm gonna let them just take care of that. Every enemy should be taken care of. The kind of way you can do this is you would have to get your captains to like take turns throwing Pikmin onto the safety part of the ledge and then throw the rest on there. But the way it's laid out is where you can't do that. Other times, I think in a more traditional or fairer layout, it would have been that this would have been like on a section where only the other two treasures are, so that way you can still maneuver your Pikmin around. But I think I got the more unfortunate cave layout to where it's part of the middle, so that way you kind of have to have only blues for the rest. So it's a good thing that at least the cannon beetle, the decorative cannon beetle, is at least the only enemy that can at least help me out in terms of getting rid of the competition, because that would have just been a lot more annoying. It also doesn't help that I can't really get the treasure because I'll take a long time doing so. But since I do want those extra Pokos, and I don't want to show you guys just me taking only blue Pikmin out, once I grab this treasure, I'll cut back and I'll meet you guys in the next sub-level cave, so that way we can try to wrap things up. So give me just one more second, guys. Alright guys, we are now back. We are at the penultimate floor in Frontier Cavern, and I will say right now, this was actually the cave that I got confused with back when we were at the Hole of Beast a little while back. This is the cave where you will see numerous, and you just saw an example there, you'll see numerous falling rocks appear. This is where you gotta be very careful in how you maneuver your Pikmin around. Especially, it doesn't help that there's only orange bulborbs all around, because since they can kind of see your Pikmin from a better distance, you really gonna have to be extremely more cautious in how you roam around this place, because if you're not careful, you're bound to lose a Pikmin to falling rocks, and that's not a good way to lose your Pikmin. I mean, no way is a good way of losing Pikmin, but this is just an example of that also not being a good example. This is also a predominant reason why you always want to have your camera in the bird's eye view, just so you can see that. If you have it in like a less advantageous spot, that's when you'll pretty much miss those cues, and losing a Pikmin that way is no good. It's just, you're better off not losing it that way. We cleared this main floor, but I also want to be careful. I'd rather have Louie up. Alright, so be careful with bomb rocks again. Try to have... Oh, free. Okay. Sometimes you can actually get the rocks to land on the bull bears, on the bullboards I mean. It's not something I recommend because you're better off just fighting them directly, and plus, it's also very risky just because of the fact that you might mistime it to where your Pikmin run into it, and that's not a good way of losing them either. I feel like there's more hazards like right over here. Right? Is there? Or no? Is that really everything? Yeah, that might actually be everything. There doesn't seem to be any more. At least on the traditional path. There might be some more on like the hidden path, but I'm not sure yet. That might be everything. We might be okay. We might be okay. I'm only assuming though. I want to make sure though, because I don't want to lose a Pikmin this way. I've already had the unfortunate mishap of losing it in a pretty bad way already. Like the Bullman, I can't... Okay, now that I'm actually thinking about it, it took me a long time to say this. But let me go ahead. The spouse alert. The 120 Pokos, that does the spouse alert. I'll go ahead and say after this treasure as well. Alright, Yo-Yo, Flaming Yo-Yo, 120 Pokos, the Flame Tiller. Okay, that should be all the treasures. I'm gonna go ahead. One thing I didn't mention already that I probably should have, in just a few moments of time that I have left while I go ahead and collect the rest and then I may cut out, is that two things that happened while we were also at the sub-level 6. Yes, the floors are randomly generated. I believe I already mentioned it before. They can be generated in a way where it's very unfortunate for you, as in you better hope that you get a more generous layout, because of course the Bullman spawned right next to me. I had to react pretty quickly, and also the cannon beetle larvae also spawned right next to me, so I also had to be careful there too. The other thing I didn't mention is white Pikmin, while they are poison immune, there is something about them that I never mentioned that it was a good opportunity to say right there, is that while they are also poison immune, any enemies that consume them will suffer the poison consequences as well. Let's go ahead and head on to the next floor. If they get consumed, there is a chance, depending on the enemy, they either get instant killed by the poison or they take significant damage. It's a weird way of trying to defeat an enemy if you choose to sacrifice a white Pikmin that way. I personally do not think it's a great idea doing that, but in a worst case scenario, maybe you might want to do it, but that's just so you know. Now, we are in the last floor of the Frontier Cavern. We are now entering boss realm. You might have heard that. Let's try to clear it as quick as we can, because we have some surprises along the way. What we're seeing here is some Bulborb larvae. These are Bulborbs and they're like... Okay, but try not to get hurt by them, because losing your Pikmin, losing your life to them is not a good sign. Okay, luckily they don't give you too much damage. But these are Bulborb larvae, because as we can see on the corner, we are seeing another returning face. It is Empress Bulblax. And, okay, please. Okay. Alright. Okay, so the main objective here is that Empress Bulblax is back, and she is in her, I guess, reproductive phase, if that makes sense. Empress Bulblax is now spitting out her kids and in an attempt to, I guess, defend herself, because these guys will come after you. So the main thing you want to do while she is, I guess, making more purple Pikmin. Oh my god. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna leave you guys there. Is to have one of your captains kind of distract her, because they will go after your captain, and what you want to do is try to get rid of them as fast as, not all of them, but like you got to get rid of as much as you can in a fast time, so that way you can take your Pikmin above, so that way they can be you can fight against the queen. All Alright, come on. Purples, purples. Let's go. Let's go. I don't want... Louis about to die. Louis about to die. Okay. Oh my god. No, I don't want to lose Louis this way. Okay, this should be good. This should be good. Alright, take out one more and... Alright, now is the time. After you get your Pikmin in a good position, now's the time to attack. Now's the time to attack. Okay, but no, not so that way we can lose Louis. Alright, now we can. Come on, Louis. Make it. Alright. Okay, and also the queen in a very, I guess, sad state. She can also kill her own children by trampling on them. So once you get to where your timing is good, that kid will also be unfortunately perished. Where the mother takes out their own children. Isn't that nice? Okay, that's not nice. That's pretty sad. But try to, now that you're in a better position to go ahead and fight the queen. Oh, no. Alright. Now you can just pretty much do everything you did back at the Hole of Beast. And, you know, take her out this way. Alright, now we can go ahead. Alright. So close. Alright, that should be it. After this should be the last time, and then that kid will be no more. This fight is just as easy as the first one, but you also have to be patient because of the fact that she spits out the bulb or larvae. You just gotta be careful. Alright, now that we've taken her out, alright, no more kids. I know, kind of a weird way of saying it. But we also get a new item that Louis just happens to be right next to. All factory sensors overloading, approaching outer stink limits. The stench must be emanating from that object. Yeah, pretty much like she did last time she expelled out. So this is an example of a reused boss. Again, doesn't really matter. It's just a new twist on her just because of the fact that she can, you know, spit out children in that kind of fashion. But if you do happen to knock out the larvae, you do have a chance of getting nectar. I guess that's the kind of remains that they spit out. It's a bit interesting, but hey, at least you have a method of doing so. I'm gonna go ahead and let them grab the treasures because it'll just be these two, and then we can go ahead and get out of here because I will say we are approaching the time limit, but that's okay. We're finishing up pretty well. Alright, and we get the main treasure for this floor, 100 Pokos, and that's the repugnant appendage, a girl's baby boot, I think, with a bear. This object has pockets of air under its surface. It is perfect for the boots I am making. Processing complete. Nano assemblage of the brush boots is concluded. These nullifying wind resistance by circulating air beneath the soles. You'll move faster and you'll no longer be blown away by Puffy Blowhog's nasal blast. So yes, this will help in our adventure as well. Not only do they prevent us being blown away, they do increase our speed a little bit, which does help. But enough of that, we are now going to get out of here because the Frontier Cavern has so far been the most annoying cave. I want to get out. This has been giving me a lot of headache. Almost every single sub-level has given me some type of headache, and I just want to get out of here. Annoying. But we did collect, of course, all 15 treasures. We didn't lose any Pikmin like the third time around. Isn't that great? Oh, this cave is annoying. Not the hardest, but it's very annoying. It's really not that bad. I would say it's like the same difficulty as the subterranean complex should have been. But of course, we're just bad at games. Alright, and with that should give us 90% of the debt recovered. Only just under 10% left. And there is nothing left for us to do here at the Valley of Repose. I could grow more Pikmin, but what I want to do is go ahead, since we are running out of time, we're gonna get out of here. We're done for today, guys. And we're not gonna see that cinematic because we are done. Alright, get out. We need to skedaddle on. We got other things to do. Bye-bye, guys. We're never coming back here. It'd be funny if they knocked out the bulb orb and the dwarf kid right there. That would have been pretty funny. Alright, following today's report, we go over all the treasures we collected underground and the one that we missed here. Out of all reasons why. I'll never understand. Going over Pikmin numbers that we lost and gained. Gained a little bit more and we didn't lose any. Although we did have to do another reset. Day 9 mail.
Olimar, you'll soon be promoted to manager. Only a small bit of debt remains. You've done great. As have I. No one dodges debt collectors like I do. I'm a pro.
Okay, so enough for him. We are done for that. Valley of Repose is 100% complete. We can now move on to the promised place that I mentioned, and that is going to be the Perplexing Pool. Since there's just so much we haven't done here, I do want to go ahead and get started. We can go to the Awakening Wood, but I'll wait on that because I do need to get some stuff done here. But we'll do that on the next day. So guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I do hope you enjoyed. Minor recap, we completely finished the Valley of Repose, grabbed the last treasure that somehow managed to get away from our grass, and finished Frontier Cavern, meaning we completed everything here. Our next task is to go ahead and try to complete Awakening Wood, but our next focus will be at the Perplexing Pool to cover as much as we can here and get some above ground treasure as well. Anything to help us just progress further into the game. But we'll do that next time. So guys, this has been your boy Ron, and until next time, I'll see you guys back here at the Perplexing Pool so we can go ahead and do some proper exploration here. I'll see you guys then. Take care.